Hello, and welcome to the Healthy Mind Basics presentation. Today we'll be discussing mental health in America, the definitions and influences of mental wellness, benefits and opportunities, and resources. When you think of someone who is well, what are some characteristics that come to mind? The dimensions of wellness shown are all interdependent on each other. Each of these dimensions act and interact in a way that contributes to our own quality of life. In order to be in our most well state, each of these pieces must be balanced. A lot of focus is placed on improving physical wellness, but mental wellness doesn't always receive equal emphasis. There is negative stigma when discussing mental wellness, but it is also something that has received a lot of attention recently, and for good reason. Let's take a look at mental health statistics. By saying mental health, we are not labeling this as a condition, but more importantly, focusing on how mental wellness affects individuals. Mental health and substance use challenges can take many forms. There's depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, addiction, and the list goes on. Some of these challenges are more visible and you might recognize them immediately. Others can be harder to see when you're not looking for them, but they are still there. These statistics provide a look at how many people face a mental health or substance use challenge, whether we see it or not. Let's take a look at workplace mental health. Poor mental health causes a huge toll in American workplaces each year through lost productivity and healthcare costs. It is often overlooked or ignored due to the negative stigma that surrounds it, especially among peers, coworkers, and colleagues. In the workplace, depression is a leading cause of absenteeism and lowered productivity and is one of the top 3 workplace problems for EAP programs. Depression is a condition, and it's not caused by personal weakness, and it is not a character flaw. When you have depression, there may be problems with activity levels in certain parts of the brain or chemicals in the brain called neurotransmitters that may be out of balance. By definition, depression is an illness that involves the body, mood, and mind. It affects the way a person handles everyday things and tasks. It is not a personal weakness or condition that can simply be wished away. Let's look at some things that cause depression. First, your genes. You will have a greater chance of having a bout of depression if other family members have had it. In this case, a stressful event could trigger a depression, such as a death in the family, divorce, or sometimes even happy occasions can trigger depression due to the amount of stress, such as marriage or wedding planning, a job promotion, or any big event. Also, thinking style and how you routinely think can affect how you feel. Thinking in extremes such as, if I can't do it perfectly, I should just quit, or if I make a mistake, I'll be fired. Also, medical illness. Being diagnosed with an illness or a lifelong condition, for example, diabetes or heart disease, can also trigger a bout of depression. Specific health problems such as hypothyroidism, which is an underactive thyroid, and anemia can cause depression. Also, stress. The stressors of a serious loss, difficult relationships, financial problems, or a life change can also be an opening for depression. Many of us spend most of our waking hours a week at work, so it just makes sense that stressful situations either stem from our work environment or we're bringing our stress and all that goes along with it to work each day. And with all those hours spent working, the symptoms can be quite debilitating. The red flags can include your decline or change in decision making, reduced productivity, inability to concentrate. Maybe you're not quite as dependable as you used to be. It could be that you're making more mistakes or accident prone, and frequently being late or calling in sick more often could also be symptoms of depression. Next, let's look at defining mental wellness. Let's look at defining mental wellness. How would you define mental wellness? What is most important to you to maintain mental wellness? The Oxford Dictionary defines mental health as the integration of mind, body, and spirit. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence throughout adulthood. Over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problems, your thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected. Many other factors contribute to mental health, including biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, family history of mental health problems. And mental health is integrated with all dimensions of wellness and should receive the same amount of attention as every other dimension. It should be proactive and not waiting until something goes wrong to fix a problem, but actively working on mental health as our lives change and progress. It is being self-aware, self-understanding, and self-forgiving so that healthy balance can be achieved in all of these areas of life. As we just discussed, your mental state can be affected by outside factors, both positive and negative. In order to improve your mental health, there are a lot of things you can do in your daily life, including eating healthy, a well balanced and whole foods, meaning not processed foods, staying active. The recommendations are 150 to 300 minutes of moderate activity per week for adults. Sleeping enough each night. The recommendations for an ideal amount of sleep is 8 hours per night, although most get much less than that. Building positive and healthy relationships that are uplifting and encouraging. And we all know that how we perceive items can really impact our experience. Maintaining a positive thought process and positive mindset is critical in good mental health. Think of when you talk to an older person and ask what their secret to a long life is. Usually, the answer that you get is being mentally active and staying positive. Let's take a look at some benefits and opportunities. The number of your brain cells will start to decline starting in your mid 20s, but research has shown that the number of connections between brain cells can continue to grow. This, of course, is dependent on how well you continue to exercise and feed your brain with new material to stretch it. Studies also show that people who remain mentally active well into old age are less likely to develop Alzheimer's. Using your brain more fully will stimulate it, encouraging the formation of new neural connections. So, you see, it's really a case of not what you've got, but how you use it. Have you heard the phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it? Well, that certainly applies to mental health as well. Learning to use your brain more fully to maximize its full potential isn't difficult. By engaging in regular mental health and wellness activities, you will be giving your brain a thorough workout, helping you to stay mentally alert. The following health skills are good wellness brain exercises. Though simplistic, these are some basics for achieving mental wellness. Doing crosswords once or twice weekly, doing puzzles once weekly, reading daily if you can, improving your memory, any memorizing activity, and then some additional items to ask yourself. Are you open to change? Are you flexible in your ideas or thinking? Do you seek new challenges? Are you best utilizing the skills you have to challenge yourself daily? Are you learning new skills? Are you learning new skills and always looking to improve yourself? If you said no to any of these, then there is opportunity for you to improve your mental state. Listed here are mental health resources that you can tap into. Remember, individuals do not need to have a problem to get help. These resources can keep people healthy, help you stay healthy, and be used as a prevention measure as well. Employee assistance programs are great resources that a lot of organizations have available at no charge. Individuals can typically call their HR department to find out what specific resources may be available. Also, mental health screenings can be taken. You can find these online or talk with your doctor to see if you can complete one in the office. Writing down your thoughts can help you process it in a different way. Journaling has proven to have many benefits for mental wellness, including Reducing stress. Journaling is an incredible stress management tool, a good for you habit that lessens impact of physical stressors on your health. In fact, a study showed that expressive writing like journaling for only 15 to 20 minutes a day, 3 to 5 times over the course of a 4-month period was enough to lower blood pressure and improve liver functionality. It also improves immune function. Believe it or not, expressive writing can strengthen your immunity and decrease your risk of illness. Those who journal boast improved immune system functioning. It also strengthens immune cells, as well as lessens symptoms of asthma and rheumatoid arthritis. Expressive writing has been shown to improve liver and lung function and combat certain diseases. It has even been reported to help the wounded heal faster. Journaling also keeps your memory sharp. It helps keep your brain in tip-top shape. Not only does it boost memory and comprehension, it also increases working memory capacity, which may reflect improved cognitive processing. Additionally, it boosts your mood. Want more sunshine in your life? Try journaling. A unique social and behavioral outcome of journaling is this: it can improve your mood and give you a greater sense of overall emotional well-being and happiness. It also creates internal awareness and provides insight by allowing you to process your thoughts in a different way and think through them. So, a potential start, something I have done for myself today. You can also use this to help acquire mental wellness skills. Journaling techniques can be used to help acquire these skills. Let's take a look at the Healthy Mind Platter. How many of you are familiar with the food pyramid? The U.S. Department of Agriculture, or the USDA, replaced its food pyramid with a needed revision, a Choose My Plate pictorial example of a dish of food groups to remind us of what a daily diet should consist of to optimize physical health. The food pyramid is now outdated and instead, Choose My Plate depicts a well-balanced plate with equally important components to achieve an ideal diet. In a similar way, this Healthy Mind Platter was developed for our mental health. The concept focuses on equally balancing portions of each of these areas in order to achieve optimal brain matter. Our mind is also in need of careful attention to establish and maintain mental health. The requirements for a healthy mind are not being created in daily life. Many are deficient in a daily regimen necessary for mental well-being. Siegel and Rock recommend these activities as mental nutrition that the brain needs to function at its best. The Healthy Mind Platter has 7 daily essential mental activities necessary for optimum mental health. These 7 daily activities make up the full set of mental nutrients that your brain and relationships need to function at their best. By engaging every day in each of these servings, you promote integration in your life and enable your brain to coordinate and balance its activities. These essential mental activities strengthen your brain's internal connections and your connections with other people and the world around you. The Healthy Mind Platter is made up of 7 daily essential mental activities to optimize brain matter and create well-being. First, focus time. When we closely focus on tasks in a goal-oriented way, we take on challenges that make deep connections in the brain. Playtime. When we allow ourselves to be spontaneous or creative, playfully enjoying novel experiences, we help make new connections in the brain. Connecting time. When we connect with other people, ideally in person, and when we take time to appreciate our connection in the natural world around us, we activate and reinforce the brain's relational circuitry. Next is physical time. When we move our bodies aerobically, if medically possible, we strengthen the brain in many ways. Time in. When we quietly reflect internally, focusing on sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts, we help to better integrate the brain. Downtime. When we are non-focused without a specific goal and let our mind wander or simply relax, we help the brain recharge. Sleep. When we give the brain the rest it needs, we consolidate learning and recover from the experiences of the day. There is not a specific amount of time for a recipe for a healthy mind, as individuals are different and the needs change over time. The point is to become aware of the full spectrum of essential mental activities, and as with essential nutrients, make sure that at least every day we are bringing the right ingredients into our mental diet, even for just a bit of time. The key is balancing the day with each of these essential mental activities. Mental wellness is all about reinforcing our connections with others in the world around us, and it is also about strengthening the connections within the brain itself. When we vary the focus of attention with the spectrum of mental activities, we give the brain lots of opportunities to develop in different ways. This slide is showing Capital Blue Cross resources that are available to you. These apps are not endorsed by Capital Blue Cross, but they are a resource for members to explore on their own. Thank you for attending the Healthy Minds Basic presentation.